Hey guys, so today I'm super excited because I'm going to show you what's in my violin case. I'm quite a curious person myself, so I love seeing what's in my friends' instrument cases, and I might carry one or two things around with me that you have not thought about carrying in your violin case or instrument case, but I'm someone who likes to be prepared for any sort of emergency or situation. So today I'm going to show you what's in my violin case, and let's get into it. Let's get right into it with my violin case that I started to use about a week ago. It's the Geva and Ray Chen violin case, which I think it's so cool. How beautiful is this? The cool thing about this violin case is that you get this beautiful world map with Johann Sebastian Bach's handwritten music on it. But the inside is basically the same as a normal Geva case, but I just love how this looks. And since I've started wearing this violin case around a week ago, I've gotten quite a few compliments on how cool and unique this violin case looks. So thanks Ray and thanks Geva. On the exterior, I have this really cute Totoro luggage tag that Ray actually got for me in Taiwan on a night market. Really great memories of that night. It was so much fun to stroll around Shilin night market in Taipei. And I grew up with Totoro and Ghibli movies. It's a movie making house in Japan. Basically like Pixar or Disney, like it's basically like Japanese comic, and I think every Japanese person grew up with Ghibli movies or characters. Totoro was one of those characters that I grew up with, and yeah, it's nice to carry this around with me. So thanks Ray, this is really cute. The great thing about Geva cases is that they come with this pouch sort of thing where you can keep your music or your iPad in, and I carry around like old boarding passes and stuff like that. I mean, literally, it's kind of a mess in here. And usually I carry my iPad with me. I do not carry music notes with me, unless it's for orchestra or music for my teacher, so she can look at the music while I play in the lesson. So let's open this baby up. I usually carry this cloth with me because the cloth that comes with the case is not, for me at least, I don't like to clean my violin with that cloth. I like to use a cloth that my mom actually gave me. I mean, it's literally just a pink cloth that I can put on my violin as protection as well as clean my violin, because the fabric is a bit softer than the cloth that the case comes with. So I usually carry this on top of my violin or on the side of my violin. Second of all, I have these photos so of my sister and me, and she's carrying this bird in her hand. This photo was taken back in Zurich, I think, where I grew up, and also one of the oldest photos of Ray and me. And I just store this on the side here by the bows. So I have two bows in my violin case, one for everyday use and one for emergencies or if I play modern music. But actually the bow I usually use is quite a heavy bow, and the one I rarely use is a way lighter bow. And then we have this little trinket. This is probably my favorite item in this violin case, because this trinket my first violin teacher gave to me, Simone Skraken. I call her my violin mom because I've been with her for 10 years and then I switched. But yeah, she gave this to me as a lucky charm, and it's just something very dear to my heart. So it's probably my favorite item in my violin case. And then I carry around this Kun shoulder rest. This is the solo, which, by the way, I'm gonna make a video all about shoulder rests and Kun shoulder rests in particular. If you're interested, then subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that video. Next up, in my pouch over here, I carry all of the other necessities and things that, you know, get me out of emergency situations. First things first, another photo of Ray and me, because you can't ever have enough photos of your loved ones. Then I carry around this rosin, which I've been using for a while. To be honest, I do not know what else is out there on the market right now because I haven't changed rosin brands in years. If you have any suggestions on new rosins, I would love to like try new ones out just because I'm curious. You don't know what you're missing out on if you keep using the same stuff. But so far, I mean, I really like this rosin. It's gives you full-bodied sound without scratching too much. Then I carry this pouch with me in the pouch that my mom gave me. So basically it's like I think it's a Japanese thing. You like press on the sides and it opens up this little pouch, and you can keep all of your small things in here. So in here I carry stuff like little mutes. This is I don't even know the brand of this. If I find out the brand, I'll link it down in the description. But yeah, I've been using this mute for years. I'll also carry these two things because on the violin, sometimes if your chin rest gets a little loose, you want to tighten it again. So the next item is actually something that not a lot of people use, I believe. But this is for the fingerboard of the violin, which the fingerboard of the violin is something that gets exchanged I think every few years because it wears down, and it does not necessarily belong to the antique violin itself. What I'm trying to say is that with the next item I'm going to show you, you're not hurting the violin or anything like that, which I think a few people might misunderstand. This is called steel wool. This is to clean the fingerboard. What you can get on the violin after weeks of use is kind of a residue from the dirt of your fingers. Your fingerboard gets dirty and it kind of becomes sticky and gross to play sometimes. So what this does, it's a super fine steel wool that you can clean your fingerboard with. So I usually do this when I'm changing strings, and for example, if there's no E string on, then I go on with this and I clean my fingerboard. So you just kind of go up and down like this. And this can be a way to clean your violin. And you can see that brown stuff that was on the fingerboard is now on the steel wool, and it feels really nice and buttery on the actual fingerboard. So this can get a bit dusty, so I keep it in this pouch again. Next up is the mute that I talked about in my Q&A video as well. It's a hotel mute, as I like to call it, and it just blocks out most of the noise if you want to practice in a hotel or you live in an apartment like me and you want to practice late. If you're curious, you can watch my Q&A video. It's in the description down below. So this next item has a bit of a backstory. This summer I was at the Verbier Festival Academy, which was so much fun, and there was this one concert where I played in, and I was wearing this yellow dress. And this yellow dress usually has a strap on it because it's quite big on me, and the dress kind of drops down as I play if I do not wear straps with it. But on that day, I had forgotten my straps, and my mom was there and we were freaking out, and my mom was like, okay, I'm gonna come back in a second. So she went to the store and literally just brought bra straps. That's better than nothing, because if you forget straps and your dress falls down, not fun. So yeah, I just carry these bra straps with me in my violin case. That was a real emergency moment. We freaked out so bad. So next I have this thing that in English, I think it's called peg wax. At least in German, that's what it's called. It's called Wirbelwachs. So I put this on my pegs when I change strings. By the way, ignore my horrible nails. I did not really take care of them. A really important item to carry in your violin case, I think, is this humidifier. I think it's called in English. You can buy this on Amazon or really like in any violin shop. If you live or go to a drier climate, you basically put this underneath water and then squeeze all the water out, and then put this into your violin F-hole so that your violin doesn't dry out with the climate, because that can really make cracks into your violin and be really bad for your instrument. So that's what I do, and you should get one if you have never heard of this before. This next item I also got from my mom. She gives me the cutest little pouches and stuff. So this is a turtle-shaped pouch, which I think is so cute, and it has these Japanese patterns on its fabric. And in here I only carry bobby pins. Sometimes I carry different mutes that I'm trying out or have loaned from friends in here, but usually it's just bobby pins and stuff like that. So yeah. So on to the last pouch of the day. I just carry this little pouch in here for my lady stuff. You girls know what I mean. Then I carry around a bunch of strings because I'm so paranoid that my strings break or they're old, and I don't know a violin shop that carries good strings. So I just carry a bunch of them with me. At the moment, I'm still trying to figure out what set of strings work for my violin and what makes a nice sound on my violin that I like. And so at the moment, I'm using the Handmade by Tomastic Infeld, the steel core tin plated E string, the Handmade Tomastic Infeld synthetic core aluminum wound A string, the Peter Infeld Tomastic Infeld D string PI03A, I think it's called, and then the Peter Infeld Tomastic Infeld PI04 synthetic core G string. But honestly, I'm not completely happy with the constellation of the strings, so I'm still trying to figure out what works on my beautiful violin, which gets us to the last item of my violin case, which is the most important item in my violin case, which is this beautiful Lorenzo Storioni violin, which the Deutsche Stiftung Musikleben in Hamburg, Germany kindly loans me on a generous loan. This violin is an antique Italian violin from 1774, and even though I don't know yet what set of strings perfectly go with this violin, I absolutely adore this violin, and I'm so lucky to be playing on this absolutely beautiful instrument. Look at this color. So pretty, isn't it? My god. I need to clean him. So I call him Mr. Storioni because I think he's like an old Italian grandpa. He has this very beautiful sonoric sound in him, but sometimes he can also leash out and has, you know, a wolf or something, and then he sounds a bit crankier than usual. It's an adventure with this violin, but I absolutely love him and so beautiful. So yeah, this is basically all that's in and around my violin case. I hope you guys enjoyed, so please subscribe if you haven't yet and turn the notification on so you never miss a video. And I want to know what's in your violin case that you think is the most unusual item. I'm super curious and I can't wait to hear your recommendations on what I should film next. So please leave that down in the comment section below, and you can subscribe right here. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye! Look at his butt. This violin is like an... Some people are just watching me. That's awkward.